Hello everyone, welcome back to the Geek Blend and another video during the 31 days of Halloween. Today I'm going to talk about the Friday the 13th, 2009 reboot that they did. It's actually a continuation that kind of shows stuff from part 1 to technically a sequel, but technically a reboot, I guess. But a lot of people are not a fan of this film, and there are some people that are. I actually am a fan of this film. I went in with low expectations because I'm like, okay, another reboot. I wasn't a huge fan of the Texas Chainsaw reboot they did with Jessica Biel and that group right before this. It was the same Platinum Dunes, the Michael Bay company. The director, Marcus Nispel, is the same director who did that Texas Chainsaw reboot. So I'm like, okay, not sure how this is going to go because I really wasn't a fan of that. But turned out I really kind of like this movie. So I'm not going to go through the entire plot, but we'll kind of run down it quickly. But first I want to go over the intro to the movie. The opening sequence of this movie is almost 24 minutes long. It's a group of campers kind of going through the woods, looking for a place to stop. Two of the guys in the party are actually looking for a crop of weed. That's why they're out this way. They accidentally discover Crystal Lake. They set up camp. Jason picks them off one by one, and I will tell you what, this Jason is a ferocious bastard. He is running, he's fast, and he does not give a shit. He's very terrifying. The kills in this are really well done. There's a couple, like in the beginning, in this 24 minute intro, there's a kill where he strings this girl up in a sleeping bag above the campfire and just cooks her ass. I mean, it is a very brutal, very, very badass kind of Jason kill, and I really enjoy it. When we first meet Jason in the beginning, he does have the bag over his head. He gets the mask later in the film, but we are introduced to one of our main characters, played by Amanda Brigetti. She plays Whitney Miller, and Jason, in the intro to that, he goes to swing at her, and it cuts to the title card, and you don't know if she's dead or not. Turns out later, he's actually kidnapped her, because before that, her and her boyfriend actually went looking for, actually discovered Camp Crystal Lake. They went to some of the houses. They found Jason's house, where he grew up. And they found a locket, and there's a picture in the locket, and it looks like Whitney. So Jason, I think, sees that locket, and he thinks that that is his mother. So he kidnaps her and takes her down under the camp. He has this set of tunnels under the camp. There are booby traps set up, so when somebody trips over one of the wires, the bell rings down there, so we know somebody is in his territory. I know a lot of people did not like that element of the film, but I kind of think it added a really cool touch to the film. A little less supernaturally Jason and a more survivalist, get the fuck out of my territory Jason. This time, Jason Voorhees is played by Derek Mears, and this dude is a badass in this role. I love him as Jason. I love his mannerisms. I love the fact that he runs in this movie, because you are not fucking safe. You are not safe at all from Jason. This one, you can't just run as fast as you can, get in the car and drive away, because he's not going to chase you and catch you. This one, he's going to chase you, run you down, and catch you. This is really, really, really terrifying Jason, and I absolutely love it. Then after that intro, we are introduced to Clay Miller, played by Jared Padalecki from Supernatural fame. That is actually Whitney's brother, Clay, looking for her, and he runs into one of the police officers in the area, and he tells him hey, you've been in this area, you know she probably just ran away. Clay explains that no, she didn't. Our mother just died of cancer. There's no way she would just leave and not come home. So Clay is out looking for her. He runs into our new group of people, which is where I have some issues with the film. We have Trent, played by Travis Van Winkle, plays an absolute douchebag in the film. Him and his friends are going to his parents' cabin for the weekend. We're introduced to Jenna, played by Danielle Panabaker from The Flash. I do like her character a lot in this film. She's not really given a lot to do. We don't really get to know her very well. I kind of wish they would have kind of expanded on her character a little bit more, because I really did enjoy her performance in the role. I just wish we knew more about her. We're introduced to Chewie, played by Aaron Yu, Bree, played by Juliana Gill, and a couple other people. Willa Ford's in this, plays Chelsea. There's some just really douchey roles. That's basically all I'll say. They're very cookie-cutter people. You got the typical stoners, drunks, the hot girl, the jock dude, the douchebag guy. It's just... That's the biggest problem I have with the movie, is the actual characters, people you don't really want to root for, except for a couple. My favorite character in the film was Lawrence, played by Arlen Escarpeta, I believe is his name. He was one of my favorite characters in the movie. I really liked his character a lot. Him and Chewie, played by Aaron Yu, were probably the best two characters in that group. Because the rest of them, well, besides Daniel Panabaker, because the rest of them, you're like, all right, dude, I'm okay with him killing you because you're a dickhead. In the beginning, when Clay runs into this group, he has a run-in with Trent, the douchebag guy whose parents own the cabin they're going to. Trent is an absolute douchebag to this guy, like an asshole. Why the hell Clay didn't beat the shit out of him right there? I don't know why, because he's looking for his sister, and he's trying to talk to the person who's running this gas station to hang up flyers for his missing sister. And Trent's like, dude, get out of the way, I gotta pay for my shit and get out of here. And it's like, okay. And then Trent's like, oh, what an asshole. And then Clay's like, Jared Padalecki, he's like, yeah, because I'm the fucking asshole. Because Trent is just the biggest, I want to smash this dude's face in douchebag you'll ever see. They do a good job of wanting you to hate this dude. Of course, Jason discovers everybody out there. He hunts them down one by one. There's a really cool kill where Chelsea and Nolan take Trent's boat out. And Chelsea is water skiing topless behind. And Nolan's in the boat and Jason's on the side of the lake. He shoots Nolan in the back of the fucking head. The arrow goes right through his head. And he hits the gas on the boat. And Chelsea's already fallen down in the water. He was turning around to go get her. And he literally runs over her. Probably gives her a concussion. She's floating in the water. She just floats under the dock because she sees Jason. And she's trying to hide. And he sticks the machete through the dock. Lifts her up, and her head bangs at it, so the machete comes out, and it kills her. That's a really good kill as well. There's some good kills in this, I will say that. There's a dude in this movie. I don't know why he's there. Donnie, I think is his name. Yeah, he's working on this dude's farm, I guess. And Clay runs into him first. After Clay leaves, he smokes weed. He goes upstairs, talks about screwing this mannequin up there. And then Jason shows up, kills him, and as he falls down and dead, he pulls a sheet off something and uncovers a hockey mask. So Jason finds a hockey mask. Not the best way to find a hockey mask, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of organic. Hey, there's a hockey mask there. So Jason's now got his hockey mask. Now he's stalking everybody. Kills people one by one. And the last people left alive are Clay and Jenna. And they find underground in the tunnels under Jason's house where Whitney and her boyfriend found Jason the first time in the first opening sequence. And they go under there and they find Whitney under there. She's still alive, so they rescue her and they go to leave. And unfortunately, Daniel Panabaker's character, who I thought was going to be the final girl, is actually killed. I thought Clay and Whitney were going to die and Jenna was going to get out, but no, she doesn't. She dies, so Whitney and Clay get out. They basically tie a chain around Jason's neck after beating the shit out of him in a barn and put the chain into a wood chipper, and it pulls him back. And you think it pulls him into the wood chipper because it doesn't show it. But then they take his body and they dump it in the lake. And of course, in the Friday the 13th fashion, after the end of the movie, he jumps out of the lake, grabs Whitney, and pulls her in. And then it cuts to black. But there's some really good kills in the film. The story, the pacing is decent. There's a few moments where it's kind of slow and you're like, okay, let's kind of get to something here. It's taking a little bit longer than normal. I do like Jason stalks people. He's kind of like a more survivalist, get off my lawn kind of guy. This is his territory. He's not going to come after you unless you're on his territory. And they are. They're trespassing on what he thinks is his property. He's watching after it. He's basically been a survivalist. And I will say one thing. In the beginning, it opens up with the scene from Friday the 13th Part 1, a 1980 film. It's a recreation of that where we see Alice cut off Jason's mother's head, Pamela Voorhees' head, and he actually sees it happen. So he goes to, he gets the machete that was used for that, and he gets the locket off his mom's neck, and he takes her head, because they do find her head in the beginning. So he did keep her head, like in the original Friday the 13th and Part 2. So that was still there. But it was a very unique way to kind of show it. And the fact that Jason sees this counselor kill his mom might be another reason he's not a fan of these fucking counselors. I mean, I wouldn't be. It was kind of a cool twist on that. I kind of liked that. I only liked a few people in this movie. It wasn't the cast's fault. It was the characters. Of course, I like Clay Miller, played by Jared Padalecki. I like Jenna's character, played by Daniel Panabaker, even though we don't really know much about her. I like Whitney's character, played by Amanda Rigetti. Don't like Trent. I liked Chewie, and I liked Lawrence. Nolan, Chelsea were whatever. Wade in the beginning was funny. Richie who was played by Ben Feldman, who's in Superstore. I enjoyed their characters in the beginning. I enjoyed the film. There's some pacing issues, character issues. The performances aren't bad. They do well for what they're given. Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees. The dude fucking kills it. I love him as Jason Voorhees in the movie. I definitely would give this a watch. I will give it a thumbs up. I do enjoy this movie. Friday the 13th, 2009. What did you guys think about this movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? let me know down below. I want to hear from you guys. I always like hearing from you guys when I make these horror movie reviews during the month of October here. I love hearing what you guys have to say about the films. Leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. If you're new to the channel and you do like what you see and you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button for more and hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date on everything we do here on the channel. Also, links in the description below for our social media, our Discord, and all the ways you can support the channel, including Subscribestar, Patreon, and channel memberships. If you guys want to help us out in any way you can, then we would appreciate that. I want to say thank you to all of our current channel supporters. All your names will be scrolling below me, and also with the outro on the video as well. Thank you guys for what you do. I really appreciate you all very, very much. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review of Friday the 13th, 2009. I'm Jeff. This is the Geek Blend, and remember, if you geek about it, we speak about it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Happy Halloween.